Western Australia versus South Australia. Well, the South Australian team, Andrew Hilditch captain, replacing David Hooks as the skipper, and Wayne Phillips back in the side. Also, Dennis Hickey, the ex-Victorian fast bowler. Now, Andrew Hilditch won the toss and invited Western Australia to bat. And the Western Australian side, Jeff Marsh captain. One name there that hasn't been around for a little while, Bruce Reid, making his return to big-time cricket. Well, we pick up play with the Western Australians batting. Jeff Marsh is on strike and Dennis Hickey is the bowler. The score is 0 for 3.
That is quick. Under the bat, I think. Could have been a bump ball. It could have been the bump of the bat on the pitch. Let's have another look at that.
I think it may have been beaten by a bit of pace. Yeah. Ball's gone, and I would say Marsh has hit the wicket. Over-pitched on that occasion, and Marsh into that one. Square of the wicket. I think I'll get a 3 here. A very, very long run for the South Australians. And I think that's gone into the boundary. Yes, it's 4 runs to Marsh. Hickey there over-pitching, and Marsh quickly onto that one and hit it square on the offside. And that's the first boundary for the season of 90-91 to Jeff Marsh. And on this occasion, he's over-pitched, and Marsh has leaned into that one and crashed it through the offside. A very, very long boundary, and there could be a possibility of running 4 here. And very easily run 4 runs by the Western Australians. That's excellent cricket by Marsh and McPhee. 4 all run. Western Australia, after the 4th over, a wicket for 22. And that's a lovely shot by McPhee. Behind point, and that's raced away to the long boundary for 4 runs. Very quickly into position then was McPhee. And that is a lovely shot, using the pace of the Hickey delivery. And 4 runs to McPhee.
Yeah, one of the best back cuts you'd ever see. Not all that short, but on this plumb WACA wicket, you can't afford to stray in line or length. Classic shot. Look at the back foot, just a little across, head over the ball, roll of the wrists, and hit the fence hard. Brilliant shot.
And that is an equally delightful shot, this time through the covers. And that again is going to go to the boundary for another 4 from Mark McPhee off the bowling of Dennis Hickey. That was a lovely shot. Over-pitched, McPhee into position very quickly. And at the end of the over, Western Australia, an excellent start. No wicket for 34.
In the air and over the top of David Hooks' first slip, and that'll go all the way to the fence for 4. Not a convincing stroke.
And I'm not sure that David Hooks didn't actually get some fingertips onto that one. I think maybe that flicked him on the way through. Real slash here from McPhee.
The ex-South Australian captain, David Hooks, his benefit year this year. In the air and just wide of mid-off. Not perfectly timed, but timed well enough maybe to beat Paul Nobes into the fence for 4. Brings up the West Australian 12th over. An excellent start.
Yeah, full-blooded drive there, and Nobes was very late to pick that up, I thought.
That's high over backward point, and it's pretty well timed too. My goodness. That must have caught the middle of the bat, because that really flew a long way in the air, and it's not often you see shots fly in that direction for so far.
It was always 4 runs. Kept his head down pretty well then, swung across it a bit. No complaints, 4 more runs.
Joe Scuderi trying to put the brakes on these West Australian batsmen.
It's a pretty fine shot off the back foot. Cover drive off the back foot, punched into the gap, and 3 more to Mark B. Now moves into the 30s.
Yes, we've seen some lovely shots from McPhee. He's made his intentions well clear. In that case, that is an excellent shot off the back foot. Just short of a length. He's in a position quickly. Didn't go that far back, but there's a lot of power in that shot. Very well timed.
Jeff Marsh goes cross-batted, I guess, or whips it off his pad, whichever way you like to think about it. But the result, magnificent. 4 runs. 10 runs coming from that over. Run for 66.
But that's not the sort of delivery that Andrew Hilditch is looking for from Colin Miller. That's short by Miller, and Mark McPhee's moving in position just super quickly there.
5 here too, Wayne.
Well,
5 here for sure and certain if they hurry.
There's the relay. They're not even going to get 4, Rod. Yes, they've got the 4. So it's 4 all run there to Mark McPhee, but Miller dropping short for one of the first times today, and McPhee in a position very, very quickly, and he's hoiked that over mid-wicket. And that boundary is very, very long. And we were discussing a little bit earlier, Rod, that it's a wonder they don't use the ropes in these one-day games, because that is an extremely long boundary out there.
Straight back over Miller's head for 4 runs. A lovely stroke from Jeff Marsh.
Yes, now it's Jeff Marsh's turn to get into the action. Over pitched by Miller. Marsh in a position very quickly. Follows through. Miller ducks. And right to the boundary. From the other angle, an excellent shot for Marsh. And an easy 4 runs.
That's a great shot. Moves the fieldsman, and the rain now moves in. The umpires and players up the ground, and it's terrific.
Welcome back. A couple of heavy showers of rain meant the players off for quite some period, and the umpires decided that the match would be reduced to a 41-over match. We pick up play with Tim May bowling to Jeff Marsh. The Western Australian score, no wicket for 88.
Tim May to bowl to him. That's a magnificent shot. It's a sort of a half sweep, half pull off the front foot. Definitely looking for runs. They off the 4. Had they gone, they would have been in strife. I think Marshy enjoyed that shot, that cross-bat swat. This wicket is just so true. It's plumb. The ball's a little greasy, and it's not going to spin. Here he comes. He gets onto the front foot. Off about middle and off stump. Like that. And he's got a French cut. There's no justice, says Tim May. Beautifully fielded by Scuderi on the fence in front of the FAI sign. Nice return. 3 runs. We just made mention that he had to hit across the line to score. And here we go. Nearly cost him his wicket. He's got an inside edge here between the legs. You can get the batsman hitting across the line of the ball, especially on a wicket like this where the ball is slipping on a bit. You've got more chance of hitting him, of getting him out than it's a magnificent off drive. This could be close. Here we go. This is a magnificently struck off drive from Jeff Marsh. Dennis Hickey around to his left, picks the ball up beautifully, and with a beautiful throw goes close to creating a run out. McPhee just making his ground. Great cricket.
Down to Hooks again. Marsh turns for 2 and will go. Have to be quick. And beautifully run. That's the 100 up for West Australia. None for 100, and a wonderful start for Western Australia. Joe Scuderi about to bowl his last over. And that'll be runs. That should be 4. Crashes into the fence. Beautifully picked off by Jeff Marsh. Mark McPhee requires just the single for his half-century. Bat in that, and that'll be the half-century for McPhee. What a start to the season for Mark McPhee. Some considered him lucky to be in the side, and he's done it well.
May to McPhee. Down the wicket. Wide over extra cover. Scuderi comes around, and this will be close. Well run for 3. Magnificent return from Scuderi from the deep. It's beautiful pick up on the run. Good 80-metre throw there from Scuderi. Really made Marsh hurry. That will be either out or out of the park. It's a massive hit. It's cleared the seats. That's where Tim May wanted McPhee to go, but he's hit it too far. Here we go. Picks it up with the bottom hand. Up and under. And deep into the seats. It's gone for him again. This is up. Miller's underneath it and takes the catch. Well, it had to be done. He did the right thing for his team, McPhee. Well bowled by Tim May. He knew McPhee was after him. Just held that one back a little bit in the air. The ball didn't quite come on. McPhee has got under that one, and Miller has taken a good catch. Well, what a magnificent start, Mark McPhee, together with Jeff Marsh, has given Western Australia. Now 1 for 125.
New batsman at the crease is Tom Moody, and I'm sure he's one of the players that the crowd has come to see. Had a tremendous season in England, in the county cricket one-day scene, and the situation is just made for Tom Moody at the moment. Moody off the mark first ball, push on the offside. First delivery faced.
As Jeff Marsh drives wide of mid-on, they'll definitely get 2 here. So a wicket over for May, but costing him 12 runs. Jeff Marsh's 50.
That's well played by Jeff Marsh, just straying outside off stump and was able to glide that down through the vacant slip area for 4 runs. So 5 runs off the over, and Western Australia move on to 1 for 136.
Yes, Marsh moved to the crease. He had to get a bat on that one, otherwise he might have been in a bit of trouble. But he quickly assessed the situation and just dabbed it down. You see there, way out of his crease, but just dabbed it down behind the offside, and David Hookes unable to stop that one. And it's, despite being a little bit of moisture on this outfield, it is still in excellent condition.
That could be out. Caught by Joe Scuderi, dropped by Joe Scuderi. So Moody gets 2. A good bit of bowling there from Tim May, and no excuse for dropping that one.
Yes, Scuderi was very slow in getting into position. He came in, sort of hesitated, and in the end he had to sort of nearly dive forward, put himself very low, but should have taken that one, and it could prove very, very costly for the South Australians.
He did get it on the second, but that also spilled. Well, that's a high ball. Scuderi getting under it again, and this time drops it again. And I'm not even sure whether he laid a hand on that one.
When Tom Moody hit that one, both the South Australian fieldsmen out there looked at each other as if to say, will you take it? And in the end, it was going towards Scuderi. And it's gone very, very high. He seemed to position himself fairly well. But seemed to be underneath it just a little bit. As you say, I don't think he even got a hand of that one.
It's a lovely shot. This time waiting on the back foot. And he'll get 4 runs for that one. Well, that has gone absolutely miles. That is huge, huge hit. That's the maximum. Oh, that's found the middle, and that's probably why he didn't throw the last one up. It only cost him 4.
I was just about to say that. You can see why Tim was a little bit wary about throwing the 3rd one up. But it must be frustrating for the bowler. 2 drop catches, ones that should have been taken, a 4, and then this. That is a huge hit. And that's ended up many, many rows back in the Prindiville stand. And that's the Tom Moody that we know. You can't give him 3 chances. He missed the first 2. But by gee, he thumped that one.
Oh, magnificent shot. Magnificently stopped there at short cover. Brett Williams is the man. It would have been a wide. Jeff Marsh takes the other option and gets 3 runs from it. A slight misfield out there. So another fruitful over for the Western Australians. They now move on to 1 for 171 after 30 overs. A lovely back cut from Jeff Marsh. He's timed that a treat. 4 runs. Beautiful shot.
Well, I would think Brett Williams has never bowled to Jeff Marsh, and just a little bit of advice to him, that is one place you do not bowl to Jeff Marsh. Probably Swampy's favourite shot, and when he's in form he just plays it so well. And he's timed that one superbly, and that's just raced away to the boundary.
That's a loose delivery and got exactly what it deserved. 4 runs. Jeff Marsh waiting on that one, drifting down leg side, and no trouble in helping it on its way for 4.
Yes, a very poor delivery, wide down the leg side. And as you say, just helps it on its way, and really that's a gift. And there it goes again. A very similar delivery, this time a little bit fuller. And Marsh has just swept that away down to fine leg for yet another 4. Now, not really what Andrew Hilditch is requiring. He's going to have a chat to David Hooks and just to ask him where he's actually going to bowl. And I'm sure he hopes it's not down leg side.
There's another 4. That's a great shot from Jeff Marsh. 1 bounce, and he's hit it as flat as you like. And 13 runs coming from that Hooks over, so he hasn't slowed down the scoring rate. Western Australia race on to 1 for 192 after 32 overs.
Just this could be out. That should be out. Well, very close indeed. Williams, the fielder, and bounced it into Phillips. And perhaps if he'd thrown it on the full, it would have been a run out with Moody well short of his ground there. Not to be. That's a big hit. That'll be 4. No. May well be stopped. Yes, it is. May, Fields. And that's the 200 up.
Whipped away off middle and leg, and they could run 4 here to this long boundary. Definitely get an extra run on Nobe's throw here. Hilditch goes to the ball as the cut-off point, and they 1-5. Magnificent running. It's just this little fumble which allowed the 5th run. Still fairly tight, but a wild throw. He's a sensation, Tom Moody. Look at that. What a magnificent straight drive. It scorched the turf. It's magnificent to watch. This is a pitch that suits Tom Moody. It's flat and it's hard and it's dry. And he's a great driver, a great hitter of the ball when he hits through the line of the ball. Good back lift. Look at that. Beautiful downswing.
Well, that's up in the air. It may be short of Sleep. Sleep has taken a great catch. Wonderful short innings by Moody, coming to an end with an equally fine catch by Peter Sleep, and Tim May collects his 2nd wicket. What a magnificent stay at the crease from Tom Moody. Another memorable display at the WACA ground by this brilliant batsman. Crowd acknowledging a wonderful mini performance from Tom Moody.
Brett Williams in his 4th over has none for 25. And that's smashed through. What a magnificent shot. It'll beat everybody to the fence. Jeff Marsh in sensational form. Now on 98. He scores 2 more runs in this innings. He'll be the only player to have scored 3 centuries in domestic one-day competition. It's beautifully, beautifully driven off the back foot. That was an unusual shot. That's his century. What a magnificent innings. 103 not out, Jeffrey Marsh. And what a way to bring up his century. The only player in the history of the one-day domestic competition to score 3 centuries. I'd love to see that, that shot again on the front foot. And how he got it through the gully region from there. Well, he's all class. Superb innings it's been from him.
And that's an inside edge that will run all the way to the boundary for 4. Luck's a fortune. And when things are going your way, you can take the chances, and So often, fortune favours the brave. Inside edge here from Andrews. That's bowled. And collected Wayne Phillips on the way through, so Wayne Andrews out for 10. That hurt. I think the ball came off the top of the middle stump and flicked straight up into Wayne Phillips' chest. So a short but valuable innings from Wayne Andrews. 10 runs, bowled by May, who picks up his 3rd wicket. Andrews chancing all, running down the wicket. And just watch this ball flick up and hit.
We have an urgent message from the
Wayne Phillips.
Spotting Association with the owner of car licence number 7SX649, a Mazda 929. Would you please remove it? It is blocking the entrance to their float park. Thank you.
And nasty end result there for Wayne Phillips.
Batsman, Chris Matthews.
And also for Wayne Andrews, who's out for 10. 3 for 241. That could well be 4 runs. Brilliant save by Miller. And 3 runs off the pad, so leg byes there to West Australia. And at the end of another successful May over, West Australia 3 for 244.
He's got hold of that. Behind square, he's chipped it out. I think it'll run to the fence for 4. It does. Hickey straying on the leg stump, paying the price. It's a big man, Chris Matthews, can hit the ball a long way. Chris Matthews on strike. Big hit. That is a big hit. That is a massive hit. He has pulled that high and wide. I mentioned earlier on that he needs a bit of room to hit the ball. Well, he made a bit of room. Just picked the ball up on the rise, and that's a massive hit from one of the quickest bowlers in the game.
Mr. Marsh. This could well be 4. A poor piece of bowling by Williams to start this over off. The one place you cannot be is down leg side. Man in form is Jeff Marsh, and this score starting to reach massive proportions. Bowled him. Well, I think there's a bit of bat in that. May well have run off the bottom of the bat. Jeffrey Marsh bowled by Williams for 110. And another milestone in Marsh's career. Becoming the first batsman in Australian domestic cricket to have scored 3 centuries in the one-day competition. And the new batsman, wicket-keeper, Tim Zura. Immediately, Zura looking for the big hit. Not going to play himself in tonight, Tim Zura.
3 deliveries left in this over from Hickey. Tim Zura on strike and going for them. Well bowled. The best ball you can bowl. The attempted Yorker, it was a little fuller than that, but Tim Zura giving himself room. He's quite disgusted with himself. It's a very, very difficult ball to hit, this very low full toss. There's an attempted Yorker, which is the best ball you can attempt to bowl, and hits the stumps about 9 inches up. And it was quick. fault. It's all over, Tim. Oh, it's a magnificent extra cover drive. What a shot. Well, I called that shot, that block for one. Have a look at that. What a magnificent straight drive. Straight through the extra cover region. Here's Hickey again. On the rise. Magnificent shot. The pads, this could be two. Safe for two. So Ken McClay's done a magnificent job there. He's faced 2 balls and picked up 6 runs for the team. So that's the end of the West Australian innings. 5 for 277.
An outstanding effort by the Western Australian batsmen, capably led by their skipper Jeff Marsh. 110, great opening partnership with Mark McPhee, and Tom Moody lent some very solid support. The South Australian bowlers, well, they came in for plenty of stick, with the exception of Miller and Scuderi. Well, it's a perfect batting pitch, and we'll be back in a moment to see how the South Australians fare. Beautiful cover drive from David Hooks. Don't bother running for that. That's 4. Beautiful shot.
Very interesting move by the South Australians to open with Hooks this evening. Obviously chasing a lot of runs, and this may be one of the reasons why. That really is David Hooks at his best. He's just lent into that one, and a good start by David Hooks.
There it is again, 4 more. 2 full by Bruce Reid, and Hooks taking full advantage. 2 lovely cover drives. After 2 overs, South Australia none for 8. Yeah, 4 more. Well timed by David Hooks.
Again, Reid over pitching. And he's not really hitting the wicket like we know Bruce Reid can. In this case, again, it's not the body follow through, but David Hooks has just picked that up very sweetly, just helped it on its way. And not a good sign for the West Australians with David Hooks in such tremendous form at the moment. And there it goes again. Reid again bowling very, very full. And David Hooks says thank you very much. Up and under, and over she goes for yet another 4. The South Australians have moved on to 24. The 4th over, and David Hooks has raced to 22. He's taking a very, very heavy toll of Bruce Reid at the moment.
Well, he'll hit a 4 himself. There's a long boundary out there. Moody has got a very strong arm. They probably won't go the extra one on his throat.
He also is a very fine stroke maker. And if he gets going as well, it could be a very, very interesting next hour.
Oh, a little bit of agriculture in that one, but it's flown off the bat and gone for 4. Not the most regular shot that most openers play. Very effective.
This definitely didn't go where he wanted it to, but my idea was effective, as you say. Looking to go over mid-wicket area, and it's gone behind backward square. He's made his intentions very, very clear as David Hooks. Doesn't matter who's got the ball.
That is a big hit. That is a beautiful shot from David Hooks. The maximum. 6 runs.
That is a huge hit. But just the amount of effort he put into it. It was just a really very hard to describe. He just did that so easy. The timing was superb. And that's a tremendous camera shot of that. And seeing it bouncing into the stand.
Oh, another cover drive. It may not go for 4. It'll be 3 more and Hooks will be back on strike. 21 off the over. And South Australia looking good. David Hooks is 50, unbelievably, coming up in the 7th over. .50 runs in 21 balls. In the air, brilliantly caught by Valletta. That's a superb catch. You won't see many better than that. It's one that the West Australian team needed. Full toss from Reid and Valletta throwing himself high and wide to his right. Superb catch.
Can't see many better than that one. It was a full toss and David Hooks has just leant into that. Like Valletta seemed to lose its footing at first, but then just flung himself to the right.
David Hooks
2 hands.
came up in 30
And
minutes.
that is a brilliant catch from Mike Valletta. There's the full toss. Well struck. And there goes Valletta. Not high off the ground, but brilliantly taken. And obviously very, very happy about that one. And I'm sure the West Australians are very, very pleased to get rid of David Hooks. South Australia.
Chris Matthews last year developed into a very, very good quick swing bowler. Let's see if it moves tonight. That's 4 runs. It swung, but it was pitched in a very bad line. Pitched leg stump swinging further down and just leg glanced away by Paul Nobes for 4 more. Here he is. Just a loosener, that one. Ill-directed and deserved 4 runs. He's dropped him. Mind you, he hit that pretty hard. Chris Matthews really only bowling just above medium pace at the moment. Bishop on the front foot. Hit that like a bullet, but it should have been caught. Had Matthews taken that return catch, the game, I would say, would have been pretty well all over. There it is, hits it on the rise. So, a miss by Western Australia. It's about the only thing they've done wrong tonight.
It's out. Straight to Marsh. And he doesn't drop them. Not when they dolly like that. Outside edge from Bishop here. Shot was on, but straight into the waiting hands of Captain Jeff Marsh. Specialist gully fielder. By Marsh's standards, that was a simple catch.
Oh, very close to bowling him. I don't know if he got an inside edge to that. Leg by. It's the last ball of that last over. It's just, it's either seamed back or swung very late. Would have missed the leg stump. A good decision, I feel, and that's the end of the 15th over. That's a massive hit. That is over the fence. What a brilliant hit from Paul Nobes. Just picked the ball up on the rise, lofted it over wide mid-on, and that landed about 3 or 4 rows back. This ball here just pitched short of a length. He's got up and underneath the thing, over the fence. Good lusty swing. It's a lovely extra cover drive from Wayne Phillips. Well, I guess South Australia have still got a chance if the rain doesn't come and Phillips and Nobes keep these runs flowing.
Australia 2 for 115 as the rain begins to fall. Umpires moving towards one another. And you may see the situation where the players will leave the field. The crowd has moved back under the cover of the stands. Timmy Zura is making his intentions quite clear. And off they go. Yes, it's raining very, very heavily now. And it's very, very difficult for South Australia now. And that is raining very, very heavily.
The players didn't get back on the field. The South Australians only got to face 20 overs, but they did a mighty job in those 20 overs. They scored 2 for 115, and what a sparkling innings it was from David Hooks. 52 of the best runs that we've seen on this ground for quite some time. Nobes finished with 27 not out and Wayne Phillips 14 not out. Bit of a shame. It was a bit of a dampener, really, the weather. And also Chris Matthews there bowling 1 over just 8 runs. That doesn't sound too bad, but he did injure what I thought might have been a cartilage in his left knee, and we won't know too much about that until it cools down tomorrow, I venture to say. Some fine batting by the South Australians, but not good enough. They would have needed to have scored 210 runs in their 20 overs, the way it's worked out this year, meaning that the best 20 overs the Western Australians batted yielded 209 runs. So a convincing win to Western Australia, and the man of the match was none other than their skipper, Jeff Marsh. A brilliant 110, and let's hope he continues the good form on Sunday when Western Australia take on Victoria in the second round match of the FAI Cup, and that game starts at 10 o'clock, a day game on Sunday, and believe it or not, the Weather Bureau say it will be fine. So make sure you join us at 10 o'clock on Sunday morning, and you'll see the first session of that match, first couple of hours, and it should be a very, very entertaining match from the WACA. The cricket season's underway. We're happy. I hope you've enjoyed our coverage this evening.
This has been another presentation from Nine's Wide World of Sports.